Hi everybody on Facebook. So it's Layla here. We are doing a Facebook Live with Awaz FM. So I'm going to connect with Awaz FM shortly. I can see that everyone is probably sleeping because it's the day after Christmas Day. So if anybody does come online, I just want to test the volume and stuff. But it's awesome to have you here. So let's just see. I mean, it's just a bit of admin time at the moment. I think we're going to have a couple of minutes just to kind of chill and prepare. Right, so I need to call the station. This is the part that's not very exciting just yet. Ooh, we can't find the number. Oh, let's see. But for those of you, is anybody online? No, you guys are still sleeping. Well, lucky for you guys. How was Christmas for those of you who are on the recording? How was it? I hope you had a really, really good time. Right, I need to. Oh, I know. Messages. I think we're going to be good to go. Hi, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, I'm set up. So I've got Facebook Live on at the moment. I think everyone's sleeping. And I've got you on the phone with the headphones in. So I don't think that should. I think that should be okay. Like, you can hear me, okay, right? We're gonna do this. Lola, hi Lola. We got. No, I can do. Yes. Okay. 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 Cool. All right. Sweet and safe. Bye. Thanks. Hey, no. Okay, cool. All right, sounds good. Lola, I'm going to do something. So if you can, Lola, if you can share the video, that would be awesome. And just put a comment below to let me know if you can hear me because I'm going to put this on mute. But yeah, this is so cool. This is awesome. All right, I'm going to move this closer. Woohoo! How are you doing, Lola? All good? Okay, so let's see. Right. So they're playing, I suppose you guys can hear it. They're playing the radio and stuff. This is a bit weird though, because if you're listening to me here, you can't hear the show. This is so funny. Share, please, for everybody who's on. Hey guys, awesome to have you online. This is so weird, right? Because I'm looking at you guys, but I've got the headphones in, connected to the radio, so I can hear the radio, and it's like, I hope you guys are okay. This is super cool. Please share and like, and if you have any questions, post them in the comments. I wish you guys could hear the music. It's really nice. What if I do this? I probably shouldn't have done that. Can you hear that? I'm going to keep the headphones in. Oh, gosh. You're going to see some of my really sad dancing. Post below, let us know, how was Christmas? I think everyone is sleeping. That's what I think. Because it's Christmas time. I will warn everyone, the first like 7 minutes of this video hasn't been very interesting so far. But we're here to support and, you know, share lots of strategies today. That is my intention. That's what I want to do. I want to make sure that as many people are able to learn more about how to overcome certain issues going on in their lives and stuff, and kind of cope with the winter blues. This is going to be really cool. This is actually super cool. I love that I'm doing a Facebook Live and then I've got the radio on here. Pretty cool, I have to say. All right, so if you do have any questions, let me know. Right, so we've got another couple of minutes before the end of this song, and then we're going to get started with the interview. Always important to rehydrate, or to hydrate in the first place, not even rehydrate, because then there's issues already. I was meant to be at the radio station today, so that was the plan. But it's been snowing where I am, and it probably would have taken me about 3.5 hours, and the first bus didn't come until just after 7. It was like, no, this is not going to work. So we said we'll do it this way, which is all good. It's all good, but I do love going into the station. It's so cool. The radio station, not the train station. Oh, is it snowing where you are? This is cool. I kind of like, I'm going to have lots of chats with you guys. So comment and message below. Yeah, I wonder, is it snowing where you are? It's just absolutely beautiful. 50 seconds, countdown. Okay, I really hope this is working for you guys. Okay. Right, so not long, then we're going to go. We've got an idea of what we're going to be talking about, okay? So Good morning. I can hear you. Hi. It has been it has been quite a morning. Yeah, it's snowing. I think it's snowing in Glasgow as well as Edinburgh. And yeah, it just seemed like it was going to be an absolute mission to get to you. And I didn't want to be late, so I'm really, really glad that we're doing it this way. But thank you so much for having me back on again. It's awesome. So appreciate it. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, oh, thank you. No, so okay, so my background is in teaching. So I'm a secondary school teacher of French and Spanish, which I did for a very, very long time. And I actually left teaching because I wanted more freedom within my own kind of personal choices. I wanted to be able to travel whenever I could. I wanted to work with adults on psychology and mindset and so on. And I set up my own business about 3 or 4 years ago, called Life is Today Academy, and it's all about personal development and business strategy. And so what I do now, I love this because I teach, mentor, and coach what like exactly as I used to as a teacher, but I do it in my business now. So I'm a public speaker, and I speak about mental health, authentic mindset, how to overcome obstacles and challenges in life, and how to be, how to be ourselves. And yeah, and this is, I mean, it's just amazing because my third book, 101 Plus Ways to Overcome Life's Biggest Obstacles, is where I share so many strategies to help people overcome issues to do with mental health and mental well-being, such as depression, stress, anxiety, loneliness. I'm all over social media, so no one can miss me. I did, yeah, I did. I had a lovely day, so I decided to spend it on my own. I just wanted to kind of recoup. I've been traveling a lot, doing a lot with my business, and I wanted to just kind of have some me time. And really, really enjoyed the day. Got a takeaway, went out for a walk in the countryside, spoke to loads of friends and family as well. So I wasn't like the kind of, in fact, this is quite interesting, the sense of loneliness wasn't there for me. um yeah, yeah, this is really interesting though, because do you know, it's funny because yesterday I was going through some of my things, and I came across some photos of when I was in France in 2001, and these pictures were of my first Eid and my first birthday on my own in France, and it was just before Christmas as well. And I looked at these photos, and oh my God, the memories came back. It was such a heartbreaking and difficult like time of that year for me. The first time that I was on my own, I was so depressed. I was so upset that there was no one around me. And like even now, I remember just how difficult it was, because that feeling lonely, it's real. It's really, really hard, because you think that there isn't anybody around you, and it can feel really dark and grey for some people. You don't know who to turn to. You think no one cares. I definitely had that. I thought, okay, no one cares. Everyone's busy having a good time with their friends and their family, and everyone's really happy. And then, quite interestingly, I mean, that particular winter, you could say, I really had to work through a lot of personal, emotional stuff to overcome that loneliness. And it didn't get better. It didn't get better that particular year, but over the years, I've mastered how to be happy on my own. And so now I love my own company. But it was definitely like so hard, because you know, and in my particular case as well, I was disowned for a long time from the family, and I chose to stay away as well. And, you know, that sense of rejection is so real. You know, that sense of, okay, no one wants me, no one loves me, no one cares, or this person cares, but they've got their family, or this person cares, but they've got their friends, and they're doing this, that, and the other. And that is real. And I know that it's very, very, very real for people at this precise moment in time across the world, you know, and yeah, oh, yeah, mhm, yeah, exactly. Mm, yes. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I love how you put that. That this is what I've learned, you know, this is what I've learned really from choosing to spend time alone because I wanted to learn how to enjoy myself, because the alternative was that I would rely on others to try and make me feel better. And you can't, what I found through life and experiences and through my work and conversations with people, is that we can't rely on others to help us feel better. That's our responsibility. And so over the years, I learned to take full responsibility for my own happiness and my own joy. Now, having said that, this is why I teach authentic mindset. There were times when I didn't want to be happy. In fact, in my book, and it's really interesting because I'm doing a Facebook Live as well. And as I was speaking about the loneliness earlier, like I could feel the tears welling up because some of those memories are still lodged in, you know, even though time has passed. So I do understand how real this is. But in my book, I talked about one of the strategies to overcome loneliness. I can't even remember how long ago this was. One of my best friends, I had asked me to spend time with her family over at Christmas because again, I was going to be on my own. And I just said to her, I was like, you know what, thank you so much for your invite, but right now I am going through depression and I don't want to push it away. I actually want to feel it and I want to embrace it. And I said to her, I just want to snuggle up on my sofa, I want to cry and just watch movies, you know, and have a hot chocolate with me. Yes. Mm. Hmm. And this is what a lot of people do, but it's only because it's like I said, I I realized that I didn't want to feel that way every single birthday, every single Eid, every single Christmas, every Easter, you know, all the times that you would normally spend with other people. I knew that there were going to be times in my life where I'm not going to be around other people, so I have to learn how to be responsible for my own emotions and for how I'm feeling in that moment. So being honest with yourself is incredibly important. Um, and actually, right to piggyback right onto that point is that if you know that you are going through depression or loneliness or these winter blues, make a decision that you're going to come through that, you're going to overcome it, but actually you're going to come through that at some point, and that you're not going to linger and stay in that space for longer than necessary. Because depression and loneliness, anxiety, they're not overcome just like that. You know, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. It's a process. And we're talking about, you know, at the start of the interview, you know, how I mentioned, obviously, we asked about yesterday, 2017. And then I talks about my first real experience when I felt lonely because I was on my own in 2001. That's such a stretch of time, and I've worked actively every single year, when and if I've been on my own or in company, to overcome, these winter blues and these feelings, these, some people say they're mental health issues, mental health disorders. I just see it as mindset. We have pressures in life. Life is meant to be up and down. The downs are not meant to be stayed. You're not meant to stay in those downs. And what I teach and empower, like, the men and women in my mentorship, is that you have a choice. You have choices and options and solutions available to you to move through those difficult times. And what I love to teach is what I have found is that there is wisdom in those down moments. There is wisdom which is so personal to each person, and this is why I always say, sit, reflect, take time out. Don't push yourself away, by spending time with others just because you want to be around other people. Because I've also experienced being lonely in company, being lonely. Yeah. And that's harder to deal with. I'm just like, no. I would rather feel lonely on my own, but work through it, as opposed to feel lonely in company, because that's a very, very different world, and it's still our own responsibility to work through that. Oh, yeah. 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 So, so this time of year, it's like nature. Nature is my biggest teacher. I love watching the seasons pass, and winter has that feel and that obvious kind of fact of where the days are shorter, colder, wetter. You want to cozy up. You want to be, kind of hibernate and be in your own space. And it's such a contrast to the summer and springtime when you're out and you can enjoy the weather and kind of distract yourself as well with going out and activities and so on. So I think what winter does for people is kind of, and this is, I think it's part of how it is with nature, is that you want to go inwards, go into your inner space, and it's kind of this thing where you actually can't help it during winter time. Like, we kind of have no choice but to sit and reflect, and that can be really, really challenging to do if we are going through grief, if we have lost somebody, not just in that kind of recent time, over time, if relationships have broken down, if families are kind of separated, if parents have divorced and have got children, and there's such a sense of, how do we cope with this? How do we get through these challenging times? I was having a conversation with somebody recently, and she was talking about grief and somebody who's passed away in her life recently. And it's the first Christmas without this person. I won't go into too much detail. And obviously it's raw for her. It's real. And people are going through this. They really are. And my thing is always reach out. Like, my social media inboxes are open. I get so many messages from people from all over the world, and and I always extend that hand out, because there were times when I didn't have that, and even if it's just one person or a few people just saying, what, it's gonna be fine. Just, my thing is always just don't push through it, feel it embrace it and move through it with that authenticity, because otherwise those feelings are still going to be there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Yay. That is, it's such a lovely song that's playing at the moment. Okay, so I'm gonna keep one headphone here, just just in case Ambreen comes back. I don't think the radio's gonna hear this. Yeah. So if you have, guys, if you have any questions, please do post them below. If it's really nice, really, really nice song. If you do have any questions about how to kind of overcome some of the issues or the challenges that you might be facing, or people that you know, please do post below and share this video as well. Share the live so that people in your network can have a listen to some of the things that we're talking about. I will probably be online for another 20 minutes, and I might actually be doing another show straight after. On Awaz FM as well with a different presenter, so I'll keep you in the loop with that. But yeah, I mean, how was Christmas? What have you been up to? Like I said on the video just there in the interview, I did enjoy it on my own, and I love my own company. I love spending time by myself and kind of nurturing my own inner world, my own inner space. It does it helps me to be there for other people. And it's one of these things where it's so easy. It can be very, very easy to get caught up in the rest of the world and the kind of things that are going on everywhere, you know, especially at Christmas time. You know, and I kind of make very, very conscious choices to not get too involved in things that might not be very good for me. Sorry, I'm kind of doing a couple of things at the same time, so I just want to make sure that Ambreen doesn't miss me then. But you know, this is it can be an incredibly beautiful time as well. Don't forget, this can be such a beautiful time where you can learn more of who you are, and you can actually embrace. You can embrace this time of reflection, this time with nature that is encouraging us to go inwards and to reflect on, you know, the things that we've achieved in the past year, things that haven't been so good, you know, times that we spent away with family, times that we've spent with family. You know, it's a really, really valuable time, and I see it as a way to prepare for the year ahead. So, you know, I can't show you my office at the moment, but there are so many things everywhere. You know, where I'm preparing for what's coming up next year, especially early next year. And you know, this is a really, really valuable time. So it's not about pushing anything away. As I always say, authentic mindset. Be real about how you feel. There's Layla's wise vibe. Be real about how you feel. I am totally gonna type that in. Layla's wise vibes. Don't you just love it when these come through? Oh, hello. Hi. Sorry. Beautiful voice. Yes. Mhm. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Ah, it's so cool. Okay, so it's the break at the moment. There's a couple of different voices. And I've got a quick question for Ambreen. This is the stuff that happens behind the scenes, but I think she's away at the moment. So winter blues, winter blues. They pass by. They do pass by. Use this time to get as much, to gain as much as you possibly can. Use this time as well to just to let go of things. You know, let go of how you wanted certain things to be. You know, shred and shed things that no longer serve you. The new year can be a time of kind of decluttering, and we're going to talk about the new year after the break. I think about the second break. Um, but this is a question of how can you keep moving forward? How can you keep moving forward in a way that allows you to be more of who you really want to become and really be? I can't. It's funny because I can do a couple of things at the same time. So yeah, at the end of the day, being authentic about how you feel is the most important thing. I found that you can't push away loneliness, depression, stress, anxiety. You can't push them away. You've literally got to kind of walk the path, walk the path to learn what it's there to teach you. Life is up and down, it is black and white, it is that light and dark. And I find that so many people do tend to push things away. They tend to push their emotions away. They cover it up by by spending time with others out of loneliness, as opposed to because they really, really want to just enjoy one another's company. And there is a fine line, a bit of a difference there. Um, so yeah, if anybody has any questions, post below. I'm more than happy to answer them. Any challenges and stuff. I think we're going to be talking more about the winter blues and what people can do to overcome them. I'm going to give you a bit of a preview. I'm going to talk about meditation. Yeah, I was reading my notes. Can't even read my own handwriting. But there you go. Oh, this is a lovely song. It's a bit like this is a really, really nice song. I have this amazing view in front of me of the hills and the snow. So I'm totally getting distracted. Like I am a geek for nature, and I want to be out there. I want to be skiing or sledging or something. But it just looks absolutely incredible. I would show you guys, but it's a little bit difficult. Beautiful, beautiful song. I love Ambreen's choices. I hope you guys are enjoying the live, enjoying the show so far. If you do have any questions, please do share as well. So people can obviously take these tips, because at the end of the day, there are people who are going through very, very, very difficult things, and it can feel as if you're alone. So, we want to say reach out, ask for help and support and guidance. Your mental health is the most important thing. You've got to take care of that. Asian songs are really, really long generally, aren't they? I don't listen to Bollywood songs. I don't even know what they mean. I have to ask for translation all the time. I am guessing everyone is asleep, right? I'm guessing you guys are asleep because it's Boxing Day. It's the day after Christmas, and I think everyone's just chilling out. Come on, get out of bed. Oh, this is a really nice song. This is really nice. I need to get my hair done. Yeah, so there's a number of different things that I would definitely suggest. I did mention nature earlier on, and we are nature, okay, we're part of nature, and when we're not spending time out in nature, whether that's for a walk, going to the park, or even just watching the clouds pass by, we're really missing out on that kind of an important connection with something which is within us. And so I always encourage people to go on daily nature walks, daily nature fixes. Because what we get from being outside, the energy is so different to to being indoors all the time, and it really can just lift your spirits. It can really kind of reinvigorate you and give you some new energy, which is really, if the energy is lacking, say if somebody's feeling really depressed at this moment in time, and they're going through grief or sadness, and like yesterday could have been a really, really hard day, and if you spent it at home on your own, or how, if you didn't go out, then I'd definitely say today take a walk. Just go to the shops. Something that I used to do, actually, I used to make a point of going out and going to the local shop and just speaking to the shop owner or the cashier, even if it was just a hi, how are you? Because I recognized the loneliness that was in me was sometimes in them as well. And being able to just have even that short 10-second conversation was something, So this is about staying connected to nature and staying connected to other people as well, so that you can move through some of the harder emotions. Um, like I said, this is about being authentic. It's not about being positive all the time if you do not feel positive. And when we step into that authenticity and admit to ourselves how we're feeling and what is going on for us, we're able to move through that really, really quickly. I'd also like to suggest as well, seek help, ask for help. And this is such a big thing, and it really does. It still gets me, when I know that people are, they find it so hard to open up, and they're going through tough times, and sometimes a lot of the men that I speak with, they'll say, they feel really uncomfortable crying or showing their emotion and stuff. And my thing has always been, we're all human. It doesn't matter what gender we were born in or as, we are human, and every single one of us is an emotional being. We're not just logical, we're not just logical thinkers. We feel the emotions of the things that are going on around us, the difficulties, the challenges, the hard things. And so, regardless of what gender we are, release the feelings, the pent up feelings that are kind of stuck in your mind. I used to say that I had all these words swimming in my mind, these pictures and these movies in my mind were just swimming, literally, and it wasn't necessarily good stuff. It wasn't healthy until I realized, because I was taught, don't talk about your feelings, don't talk about your emotions. And that had a counter effect of me feeling like I could talk to no one at all. And it did, and I'm open about the experiences that I've had because I've been through them and I've now passed them, and I recognise that other people do. But because I didn't speak up, and I was ashamed, of how I felt, it eventually led me to wanting to not be here, wanting to end my life. And I was very, very young when I felt like that. And I'm bringing this up because this is the reality. Right now, there are going to be people who are listening to this. Oh, oh. Yeah, no, let's get there are going to be people who are thinking this or feeling this, and I want to extend that hand out to say that it's a moment, it will pass, and really look at your life. And this is for everybody, today. Recognize everything that you have, that you are grateful for, and celebrate the small things, celebrate the small gratitude, celebrate what you do have, because it can be so easy to get caught up in what we don't have or what we think we don't have, and lose sight of what's important. And Christmas is that time, or festivals, around the world, are a time where commercialism is encouraged, and buying stuff for material things and so on. And most people don't necessarily want material things. They want connection, they want love, they want a hug, they want to be held, they want to be seen. And yeah, and it's not, when I think about it, it's not anyone's fault if what we're being encouraged to do is to buy and get distracted by this, that, and the other. At the end of the day, that is part of the world that we live in. But I want to just remind everybody that when it comes down to it, we want connection. We want to be told, I love you, I care for you, I see you, and I'm here for you. And if people feel like they're keeping things inside and they're not talking about the difficult things that have happened, maybe from the past, and they don't know how to reach out, they're the ones that need that support even more. So reach out for help. Like I said, I'm available all over social media. I've got free breakthrough sessions and lots of different things, and lots of free stuff, to kind of provide that support. Yeah, to look at. Yeah, yes. Ah, amazing question. Should I keep going? Yeah. Okay. um, I'll tell you. Okay, so this is really interesting. So at 12 years old, I did attempt suicide. Everything had got too much. My childhood was incredibly abusive, mentally, physically, sexually, emotionally. It was incredibly tough. So by the age of 12, I couldn't take it anymore. I was just like, no, I just don't want to be here. And I worked through that. So I worked with a counsellor, which a school had arranged. One of my best friends was my absolute rock. And something really interesting happened again. It was like 2000, 2001, before I moved to France. And I had the thought again for the first time after all of that time. And this is what I did. I looked around at my world, I looked at my friends and my partner at the time, and I realized how much they loved me. And I looked at them and I just thought, you know what? They can't help me with all their love in their world. They don't have the professional expertise, the words to support me through this. And I didn't want to keep phoning them up, upset, crying my eyes out, and putting all my stuff onto them. And I made that decision then. I was like, right, okay, I am going to get help because I can't deal with this on my own. But I also know that I need professional help. I can't rely on my friends because that's not what friends are there for. Friends, yes, friends are there for support, but then they don't have the professional skills that we do, to ask that question that needs to be asked to move us through, because friends care so much that they can get caught up in just wanting to give you a hug and to try and make it okay. And so there's a huge difference between that professional support and what a coach or a counselor can provide versus what your friends and your family and your partner can provide as well. So I decided to kind of step away from that and say, right, I am taking responsibility and I'm going to reach out and ask for help. And you have to let go of any kind of sense of shame or um, fear or embarrassment that you have got things going on, around you that you're not happy with. If you have suicidal thoughts and so on, you've got to reach out and just know for sure that non-judgmental people are out there. Because I think a lot of the time people are worried, oh, if I speak to that counselor, they're going to judge me for what I'm going through. And even some of my own clients have said to me, oh, I don't want to share this with you because I'm really afraid. And I won't swear online, but I get really tough love with them. And I'm like, stop giving it what I am going to think. Get it out of your system, release it, talk about it. This space is safe. This space is safe, and you are okay to express exactly how you feel. So I think it's really important to remember that. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. I just want to go back to your point just there about trust and faith because it's really, really important. Okay. The two go together. Trust and having faith in Allah, in God, in a higher power, in the universe is so crucial and important. It is a key component of your kind of your success with your life experience, if that makes sense. I would not be here were it not for my faith in Allah. I can tell you that I lost faith in humanity. I lost faith in people because the people closest to me were the ones hurting me that I let hurt me. So I really want to just bring this point home that having trust and faith in the much bigger picture is absolutely crucial to keep you going, to keep you moving forward. And at the same time, you must take the practical steps. You must take the practical steps, because if you're not taking action, you're not going to move through. Like, you have to. This is how I see it. I have to do my part. Um, there was a point that I was just going to make, and it's just completely slipped from my mind there. But you've got to take action, and that's why I'm saying reach out for help. Go into nature, go and do exercise, spend time with your friends and family, but recognize when it's out of loneliness versus wanting to be around them and wanting to have a good time. So there are lots of. Did I mention meditation as well? We need to mention meditation. Can I do that now? Okay. So it's okay to mention meditation, yeah? So okay, cool. All right. We'll do this super, super quickly. So the other thing is to develop a soul practice. Meditation is the definition that I use for meditation is that it's an experience. It's experiencing your own stillness, right? Most people, if not many, many people, are very unfamiliar with their inner world, with spending time in silence, with being by themselves. And meditation, there are lots of different ways to meditate, but meditation is this thing of going inwards and kind of exploring the inner world and learning to be comfortable with how you are responsible for the life that you are creating. And I teach a meditation which came to me intuitively. I think it might have been 5 or 6 years ago, and it's on my YouTube channel. And we'll definitely caption it and link it in on the Awaz FM site and on my pages as well. And it's called the Gratitude and Miracles Meditation. And what you do is you can build up the time, say up to 10 minutes, 10, 15, 20 minutes. And what you do is you sit in silence and you listen to your heartbeat. And on your heartbeat, you say thank you each time. And if you feel not quite ready or uncomfortable with focusing on your heartbeat, then focus on your breath. But what you're doing is on each breath or heartbeat, you're saying thank you. And what ends up happening is you start to connect to your heart space and your heart center. And this incredible thing happens where you are connecting more and more to your inner world. And I can't say for anybody what their experience is going to be like. When they go into this meditation, it's super, super gentle, very kind of compassionate to yourself. And obviously it's about gratitude, and you realize, so much more of what you do have. So I wanted to put that in before we go. But yes, yeah. Yeah, I do. So I don't buy into New Year's resolutions because, okay, there's a hype. If we get real about it, there is a hype about, yes, it's a new year, and new beginnings, fresh starts, and so on. Yes, that is very, very true, but that can be at any time or any point of the year. Like, you can start your New Year's resolutions now. You can decide what it is that you want to improve on in the next year. So if you're not happy about your weight, or if you're not comfortable with your health and fitness, or if you are a smoker or a drinker, or whatever it might be. My thing with New Year's resolutions is that you don't have to wait until the 1st of January. Start now and recognize which areas of your life you're not particularly happy with and that you want to improve on, and do it today. Life is today. It's right here and right now. And it's here that we can make the changes. And I always say life is today, right here, right now, to choose love over fear. Always. It's now. And, it's one of these things where, yes, there's a motivation, there's hype, around the New Year's. If it keeps you going, then great. If it gets you flowing, cool. But my concern is always that if somebody has started New Year's resolutions, that at some point they're going to lose motivation, or harder is going to be confidence. Because if you lose confidence in your abilities because you've set up this big intention, this big goal, that's a lot harder to come back from, because that affects your self-image and what you think of yourself. So, if you're setting goals for the new year, do it so that you come from a place of intention. What is your intention? And why? Why do you want to achieve what you want to achieve? What will it give you, apart from if it's on losing weight, apart from being slimmer, toned, more conditioned, whatever it might be? What else is it going to give you? And use that as your driver, so... is it going to give you kind of more serenity or kindness or confidence, or will you feel more assertive? There's so many different things. So I do say take New Year's resolutions hype with a pinch of salt, but definitely for sure strive to become more of who you really are. That's okay. Yeah, so best place, in fact, there's a number of places. If you type in Layla Khan author 1 and Layla, yeah, yes, exactly. So Leila Khan author.com is my website where you can get a free download of my book. It's available to everybody for free, so you can download it there, or the same address and one on Facebook. And you can connect with me there. Feel free to send messages, reach out as well. Let's have a conversation, because mental health is nothing to be ashamed about. We're all human. We're all having an emotional experience and a mental experience and spiritual experience, and the support is out there as well. So definitely reach out with me. And there are other organizations. There's Mind as well. They've got confidential info line. There's Calm, which is a helpline to support men who need to talk and find information. There's another organization called The Mix, which offers support for young people under 25 via online, social and mobile. And then there are Samaritans as well. So that's on my Instagram, which is at lifeistoday. All the numbers are there, and that's from Heads Together, which is the charity run by or spearheaded by Prince William, Kate Middleton and Prince Harry. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's been such a pleasure, and take care, everybody. Lots of love. Bye. Okay, right. So I am gonna go. I just need to speak with the presenter. I'm not quite sure if I'm on for the second show as well. Thank you so much for your time, for being here. I really appreciate it. please do share this video. There are some nuggets in there. You know, we don't know what people are going through behind closed doors, and if there's anything in here that can support others, then, you know, let's help each other and get the word out there. Have an amazing day, and I shall speak to you really, really soon. Take care. Bye.